Divine greetings and gratitude, everyone. Welcome to the Saiyonan archives. If you are new here, my name is Nuna. I am the writer, the poet, the seer, the sage, the wise woman, the witch of the archives. Welcome to your new spiritual sanctuary. And if you are returning, hey family, welcome back to our sacred space. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. Let's go ahead and get into a reading. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I wanted to jump right into this reading. The decks that I'm going to be using are going to be linked down in the description box, and I will make sure to leave any other links that you may need into the description box or into the comment section. Thank you so much for coming back into this space. I'm, of course, excited to be in your presence, okay? Yeah, let me go ahead and jump right into this because I felt like this was going to be an emergency reading, but we're still going to take our time. We're still going to allow the messages to flow through. We are still going to allow ourselves to simply receive what we need to hear from Spirit. I am working with 3 different decks here. I am working from the Enchanted Map, from the Sacred Forest, I believe it's called, and Tarot, I think it's called Tarot of the Traditions or something like that. That is this deck that you see here. That's what we're going to be working with. So yes, let's go ahead and get started. I hope that you all are feeling great. I hope that you're feeling well. I hope that this message finds you, which I know that it will find you in perfect divine timing. I do not believe in any coincidences. I know for a fact that you are seeing this because you are meant to hear it at the moment. I set the intention that whoever is listening to this message, that they feel safe, that they feel secure, that they feel warm, that they feel welcome, that they know for a fact that these messages are for them, precisely them and only them. I just heard Spirit ask, what are you choosing? What are you choosing? Immediately, the first card to show up here is the Queen of Swords. Anytime the Queen of Swords shows up, it reminds us, of course, to be very discerning as to what we allow to come into our field, or it's the card that tells us to not only watch, but to allow ourselves to use our discernment to see what is for us and what is not. It's the card that cuts through all the BS. It is a card that says, I'm not going to settle for anything less. Whatever it is that approaches me, it must approach me with the utmost respect because of who I am. And also because that's just simply what I demand. I demand respect and nothing less than that. The Queen of Swords shows up when we are called to be in tune with our higher knowing, but in the most divinely feminine way. Not be so stuck and fixed as where the kings are, but to allow ourselves to be guided by Spirit and to know what rational decisions to make based upon what we intuitively feel. So this card completely bypasses all feelings, all emotions, and focuses solely on the logical, the rational, as it pertains to Spirit. I say that because the counterpart, or the opposite of the Queen of Swords, is the King of Swords, where the King of Swords is fixed. The King of Swords is the energy that says there is nothing that you can do to change my mind. I do not care, right? The King of Swords says, even if it were true that you did not do this, the evidence points to this, and so therefore I will go according to that. There is nothing else that I'm going to go with. It just is what it is. With the Queen of Swords says, okay, there's this, there's that, and there's that. I'm going to make this decision based off of what I know to be true and what I know to be intuitively true, because I know that my intuition is always going to lead me to the right reasoning. So for whatever reason, I'm feeling that whoever is listening to this card right now, you have to be very, not only rational, but you also want to make sure that you are using your discernment as it pertains to whatever you are choosing. If you are choosing something that you know for a fact is not according to, or that is not conducive to your calling, if you are choosing something that you know is going to bring you away from your calling, your purpose, or you as the purpose, then you know that you're not going to, not only, it's not really even just about reaping the benefit, but you know that you're not going to have what you wish to have. Obviously, I feel like with the Queen of Swords here, this is one of those things where you really want to watch and just, I don't know why the word is like watch. I really want you to watch and observe. Pull your feelings out of whatever situation it is. Pull your emotions out of whatever the situation may be. and just watch. Like, I'm hearing to like watch and wait. I just heard, I don't know if you guys have ever watched the Magic School Bus, but the Magic School, I think it's a Magic School Bus with the little girl. She says, well, according to my research, and then she goes in and she goes ham and she like really says it, right? And she really does what she needs to do. That is so interesting. We were talking about intuition, and here the high priestess is. So this is the energy of someone that is like, no, I'm going to, like I said, move according to spirit. I'm going to move according to what I know I need to do, and I'm going to allow myself to be led by God, to be led by the, by the divine. And it's so interesting because the question that was first asked was, what are you choosing? And we do have here the Two of Cups. So this has everything to do with whatever commitments that you're making with either someone else, yourself, or whatever this thing is. But this is you taking it very seriously, and you, Eight of Cups, walking away from whatever it is that you are not meant to be in communion with. What I do see here, I just heard like the words of like lost hope, or there is a sense of sadness, and I'm picking up on here with the Eight of Cups. Not that the Eight of Cups is a sad card, because to be quite honest with you, sometimes the Eight of Cups, in my own experience and what I've realized about this card as it pertains to my own life, is that with the Eight of Cups sometimes comes this relief or this calling where you don't always feel sad, you don't always feel distraught, you just answer the call and you go search for deeper meaning, of course, because there's something that is no longer fulfilling you in this space anymore. And as you progress into the woods or go into retreat to figure out, well, what is it that I really do want before you get to that fulfillment, sometimes it just doesn't always come with that, well, I'm sad, I wished I didn't have to leave this behind, but sometimes it does. In this instance, I do feel that someone is walking away from something that they believed to be for them. They could be leaving a certain situation, they could be leaving something that they were in communion with, for something that is actually better, that is actually more in alignment with their purpose, because after them pulling their feelings out and pulling their emotions out, they were actually able to make a better decision. Also, what I'm feeling is that there's someone here who was in some kind of matrimony, and they've had to set boundaries with other people because people expected for these people to either not be happy, or they may have expected you to not be happy, or they may have expected you to do something in a certain way that made sense to them. And you're saying, no, I'm completely walking away from that because I know that I'm going to be happy. For whatever reason, I'm hearing the word silence, I'm hearing the word retreat, and I'm hearing the word protection with this Eight of Cups here. With the Eight of Cups, I feel like, I don't know why I'm hearing like destiny, or it's like pointing to destiny or something like that. And I'm also hearing something about a cup of destiny, and I'm seeing like a fountain. If you guys hear anything in the background, that's the neighborhood, for whatever reason, all of a sudden is busy. All of a sudden. Anyway, so you have the Knight of Cups here. And if you also hear anything in the background, I'm sorry about that. My kids they are awake, loud, vibrant. Seven of Swords is here as well. Let's just keep going. Oh, the world. I love to see it. I love to see it. The world. Okay. Okay. Spirit, is there anything else that is here? Oh, I know what this is. Someone. Okay. Let me know. I feel like, I don't know if I want to say this or not, because I don't like to put myself in the readings at all. I really do not. I really do not. But for the sake of this, I'm going to use it as an example because I want to make sure that I'm being a little bit more relatable with you guys. And I don't like I said, I just don't like putting myself in your reading because I know that these readings are for you guys. Sometimes things come through that I do need to hear, but for the most part, my focus really is you. Like, my focus is not myself. This is all about you. So the fact that we do have the Knight of Cups here and the Seven of Swords, someone is choosing to keep something private because they don't want the world to taint whatever it is with their own prejudices, with their own ideas, with their own thoughts, with their own feelings, with their own emotions. And I'm seeing the Queen of Swords here saying, I'm setting a boundary. I don't want you in my space. That is the reason why I am keeping things private. This is a private ritual. This is a private space. And I intend on keeping it that way. And the reason is because I feel like, again, Spirit is not wanting people to put their hands in anything. They don't want their thoughts and opinions and things of that nature. I don't know why, but I'm picking up on the fact that the Queen of Swords is trying to prevent arguments. And so because she or he or whoever is trying to prevent the arguments, they're doing things under the radar, and they're doing things where they don't have to tell people. Like, they're keeping it secret. Like, they don't want anyone knowing about it, because if they do, they could run the risk of tainting it. They want to keep it protected. If I were you, 100%, I would be working my magic around protecting whatever this is that you have going on behind the scenes. The Seven of Swords does point to things that are done under the radar, or you're trying to get away with something. Sometimes it really just depends on the context of the reading and what's going on around the cards. The fact that you do have the Seven of Swords here with the High Priestess, of course, with the Eight of Cups, it's one of those things where you are thriving. Spirit is saying you can thrive and you don't have to tell everyone about it. It's going to surface eventually, and that's all you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about anything else. If anything, this is one of those things where, again, you want to keep this private. I'm seeing private relationships, private flights. I'm seeing, oh, I got the job, I'm in alignment with something, and it's private. Like, I don't want to share this with people because I don't want to run the risk of people asking me, well, why this and why that? And, they just want to talk. And it's like, can you just leave me alone? Like, if I cared about your opinion, I would ask you. I did not ask for your opinion. Therefore, you need to approach me as you need to approach me, right? I don't need that from you. I know that I'm communing with Spirit. I know that whatever this is, this matrimony, whatever this is, this proposal, or this new job, or this job offer, or whatever this offer is, because this is 100% an offering. That's why you have the Knight of Cups here. It's an offering, and this offering is to remain sacred. That's the reason why I don't want to tell the world right now. The World card is coming up as a new aspect of your life where you're not only venturing off into something else, but you're entering a new stage in your life, a brand new chapter where there are so many things that happen in your former life. And this is something that I want to put a pin in, because I'm going to 100% come back to this, because I'm going to use my own life experience so that I can share more with you, because I really just feel like Spirit is like, I want you to tell them this story. I'm not going to tell you right now. I am going to sit on it. I am going to meditate on it. And then more than likely, I'm going to bring it onto the podcast as well as onto the YouTube channel. Because with this, I can 100% relate to this, but I'm going to give that message later. I did mention real quick that I recommend that you use that you work your magic around protection. It's so interesting. That's so funny, because I had no intention on doing this at all. I ended up putting the spiritual protection oil and the spiritual protection candle on my altar for whatever reason. And I was like, oh, wait, I'm not going to light it yet. I'm actually going to do a working, I'm going to do a working and share it with the soul tribe or whatnot. And it's interesting because this is why. So if you're looking here, we have the spiritual protection oil that is available in the Ethereum. And I'm going to go ahead and do a close up real quick. Give me a second to see if I can get it to focus. I don't know if this is focusing or not. I'm sorry if it's not focusing. It might not be focusing. I can't tell. But anyway, so that's the oil. And then this is the candle. I created these myself, of course. If you hear anything in the background, it's my 3-year-old. He likes to make noise. I'm going to insert clips in here, and I'm going to insert maybe like a little clip of a video or something like that, so that you can see it. So that you can see it a little bit more clearly. But I would 100% be working my magic around protecting my space, protecting what I have going on. Like, I would 100% be doing that kind of ritual to protect whatever it is you're committed to protect whatever it is you're coming into alignment with. I am definitely seeing more reunions. I'm seeing a lot more unions. I'm seeing a lot more partnerships. 7th house energy is what this is giving me right now. Also, I just heard set the tone. So some of you may be called to set the tone right now. But the reason why you're being called to set the tone is because spirit is like, I don't want this being messed up. Like, there's something very sacred and special about this because there is a backstory to what you have. There's a backstory to what you've been through. And in order to prevent any type of confusion, unnecessary drama, it's best to just keep it sacred. Keep it private. You also do have here the Queen of Cups. This one is going to be, this is completely on Divine Feminine right now. Divine Masculine is secure. So Divine Masculine is happy. Divine Masculine is like, I've already, presented it. I've already given my thoughts, my opinions. Like, I'm here to just simply protect you. Let me know, Divine Feminine, what you want to do, and I'm all for it. I also do feel here that with the Queen of Cups here, there's something about like a mother figure who may not be very understanding of what's going on. I just heard the word hasty. I don't know if there's like a mother figure or a maternal figure in your life right now who may not be understanding your choices, or they may not understand why you do what you do. There is a sense of immaturity that's coming from this Queen of Cups here that I'm picking up on. It's not, it's not all fine and dandy with the Queen of Cups. I'm not sure what's up. What is up with this Queen of Cups, spirit? Can you please say, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Did you guys see that? You seen how the Three of Swords came up and then the Five of Wands came up? There's a long history of misunderstandings, hurt, pain, trauma, whatever it may be, with this Queen of Cups here. And so with this Queen of Cups, this maternal figure, this mother figure, or this Cancerian like energy, your background, your roots, people in your family, they may not understand what you're doing right now or why you're doing it, but that does not mean that their opinion should dictate what choices you make and what you choose to be committed to. If anything, spirit is saying directly that this is a space in your life where you are being called to move forward, to move on, to go forth from this situation and allow yourself to just simply be happy. It doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter what people are saying to you. Your happiness is not dependent on how they feel about your process. And I do feel like spirit is like, I really want you to understand that this is something that is holy. It's something that is sacred. I want you to put your all into this. Here you have the Queen of Wands. The only queen that is not showing up here, which I'm so surprised about, is, well, not surprised really, but that I'm kind of maybe, a little bit surprised about, is the Queen of Pentacles. And another card you have here is the Six of Wands. So what this is all showing me is that no matter what the situation is, when you decide that you're going to move forward and that you are going to allow yourself to progress and start this new journey with more experience, with more wisdom, I do feel like this is where you're going to start to there's a triumph. I don't know why I'm hearing triumph. You also do have here the Magician card, which lets me know that you've been manifesting this for a very long time. In fact, this is something that you more than likely have been committed to, or you've seen visions of way back when you were like a little seedling. This Six of Cups energy is pointing me to the past. Someone's ex may 100% may be trying to come through. They may have been trying to work their magic to bring you back, and spirit is saying that you do not have to say yes to that if you wish not to. But there's something special about people coming together and working their magic to manifest the best, to make the best of whatever situation this may be. This also has everything to do with your wishes being granted for some reason. If you did do anything for the Pisces blood moon, I do see that something's going to happen within that 6-month time frame. 100%. Some of that energy is bleeding into the reading. I also do want to say is that you are in a space in your life where you are being called to let this go, to let whatever the past is go, let it be where it is for the sake of you moving on to be happy. Ten of Cups energy is not here, but it is okay. Wow. Wowzers. Wow. Commitment is here. Commitment is here. Exactly. What are you committing to? You also have here protecting treasure. Wowzers. Okay. Protecting treasures. No, I have not seen your cards yet. This is the first time I'm seeing and reading your cards. We have protecting treasure. I just heard expanded awareness. And I think the reason why I heard that could be because I looked at the mushrooms here. If you can see that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's mushrooms here. And, magic mushrooms. You have Wizard of Awareness here. Wizard of Awareness is here. You also do have a reflecting pool, stillness. Wow, I love this, you guys. Okay. You have that, and then you also have here the frog spirit, which is renewal, and then you also have here growth, toadstools. You have growth. There's something very significant about mushrooms with you. I'm noticing a trend of mushrooms. I say that because you have a mushroom here, and then you have more mushrooms here. Can you guys see that? I hope that you guys can see that. Okay. So with all of these cards coming out here and with everything here, there definitely 100% is a past where you may have been in a space where things were pretty loud, things were out there, things were in the public, things were well known. Like there was something about like you being well known for something, or there was something about a part of your life that was like on display. Many people watched, many people saw. It was in so many people's awareness. But now as you grow as your consciousness expands, as you start to tap in more into your super consciousness. I don't know why that's coming through, but as you tap more into your super consciousness, the more you become aware that not all things about you need to be seen. Not all things about what you've got going on need to be shown or expressed to people. For some of you, the right time will come. You're going to pop up and then you're just going to have the job. You're going to pop up and you're already going to be married. You're going to pop up and you're going to have the house or whatever it may be, whatever success looks like to you. You're just going to pop up. People are just going to start seeing you. And it's because you decided to be committed to it, because you decided to pray over it, because you decided to keep it warm, to keep it incubating, or to keep it because you decided that you were going to take care of it behind the scenes. For whatever reason, I do see the fact that you do have here the Magician card along with the High Priestess. I really see someone working their magic behind the scenes, doing some kind of ritual. They're going into ceremony. This feels very private. If you were to do something or like host a party, or if you were to share something, it's going to be amongst a few. The world is going to see it, but the people that were once in your circle who are no longer in that circle are not going to see it until you present it to them, and you don't have to. On another level, this reading is all about you becoming committed and devoted to whatever this thing that you're trying to manifest now behind the scenes. This is 12th house energy is what this is giving me. 12th house energy. This is also pointing to 8th house energy. It's very deeply transformative, but it's also 7th house energy where it's divine union. I'm seeing some kind of divine union. You're choosing something. You may be choosing yourself. This could be you choosing yourself, and you again using your discernment and calling out whatever it is that may be trying to sneak its way back in there. Also, there is an additional message about you going, or you being cheated on in the past, and you being cheated on in the past. That person either could be watching, or people who knew could be watching to see what you're doing. I would 100% say work your magic around that, because there are people in the past, in your past, who are watching you to see what you're doing, how you're coping, not because they want to check in with you, but because they're just simply being nosy. Like the 7 of Swords here is coming up as someone from your past being nosy, especially with the 6 of Cups here. This is 100% being nosy. And I do feel like Spirit is like, nope, I don't want them in your space. I want them, I want you to, work your magic, light your candles, work with your oils, and, wear your obsidian, wear your whatever it is, your jade and whatever it may be. But I really do want you to focus on that. The fact that you do have here the Queen of Wands, where's she at? She's somewhere. She is somewhere. I can't see her. There she is. So with the Queen of Wands here, I do feel that's a message on in itself. Some people are going to start seeking you. Like they're seeking you. You have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the High Priestess. This is you owning your power, owning your divine femininity. The reason why the Queen of Pentacles is not here is because you're embodying that energy already. Like you're embodying it, and Spirit is saying is that if you are not embodying that energy, go ahead and do so, because that's what's going to help you. The fact that you do have here protecting treasure, this points to whatever you find to be valuable, whatever you have that is for you and for your own privacy, it's for your privacy. Not everybody needs what you have. Not everybody needs to benefit off of what you have. If anything, the fact that your awareness is growing, you know that not all things need to be given. I don't know why, but I'm hearing do not cast pearls before swine. It's not calling anyone a pig or swine, but it is to say that not everybody needs to have their hands on the things that you are building, the things that you are growing, the things that you have going for yourself. Not everybody needs that. Some people can watch from afar. They do not not all need to have their hands on it. So whatever it is that you are choosing, that you're committing yourself to, whatever this space that you're in, which you are in a space of growth, you are in a space of renewal, the things that are growing, the things that you're getting yourself into, your next chapter, it's going to be private. It's going to be not necessarily like in secrecy, meaning that the world doesn't have to see it. But what it does mean is that you are keeping it private, you're keeping it sacred. And when the world is ready to see, the world will see. Well, when you're ready to let the world see it, the world will see it, is what I mean to say. And this stillness points me to the high priestess. You don't have to move according to somebody else's timing or plan. You do it when you are ready, because you are ready when spirit says you are. And that's the most honor that you can possibly have. So this is definitely a reading of commitment. This is a reading of divine partnership. This is a reading on you being ready to move forward into this next chapter, but also keeping it sacred and setting your boundaries and letting people know how to deal with you by you letting them know letting them know how to treat you. You have to set boundaries, and it's okay that you do. And if someone is mad about that, they can sit with that. They can take it to their God. They can take it to their spirit, but you are still protected. You will always be protected. Because no weapon formed against you shall prosper. It will not prosper. It will never prosper. I also see someone doing some magic or working some magic around invisibility for whatever reason. And yes, that is definitely what I'm picking up on for you. I hope that this message resonated. I feel like we kind of zoomed through that reading, but I'm glad that I did. Not glad that I did, but I feel like the reason why we zoomed through it was because the messages just flowed. Like they just flowed. And also because when you're having fun and when you're in your purpose, it doesn't feel like, time, it doesn't just slow down. You're just tapped in. And we were definitely tapped in. So yes, if you guys need anything from me, please feel free to visit me online over at thesayonanpath.org. You guys can also follow along with me on Instagram over at the Saiyonan Path and Magic of Eden. I will make sure to link my Substack, my essentials, my Ethereum, my books, and everything down in the comment section and or in the description box. Make sure that you guys take a moment to look at that down below. If there are anything, or if there's anything else that you all need from me. Oh, by the way, my bookings are open. I'm going to have them open until September 30th, I believe, to the very end of the month. And I will be closing them back down as I focus on other things. So make sure that you guys book a reading or reserve a reading, and also make sure that you reserve your essentials, because they are definitely a value part of my work. Well, not work, but my purpose, my, what I've got going for myself. And yes. Well, if there's nothing else, I love y'all, and I will catch you in my next video.